Well, North Launceston has won its first statewide football premiership since 1998 after thrashing crosstown rival Western Storm by 59 points in this afternoon's TSL Grand Final. WIN Sports reporter Brent Costelloe was at Aurora Stadium.
It's amazing scenes here, Georgia, with the Bombers' flag drought finally over. The Premiership Cup was presented to coach Zane Littlejohn and captain Mitch Vandenberg, with Daniel Roosendahl judged best of field, winning the Darrell Baldock medal. They capped off a big day for the ruckman, who also won the Alistair Lynch medal as the competition's best and fairest player. We'll have a full match report later in sport, but first, WIN's Tom Cooper got swept up in the colour and movement of Grand Final day.
Pouring through the Aurora gates, it was mostly a sea of red and black, and inside the ground it was clear who punters were favouring.
Bombers.
By how much?
58.
58? Why do you like the Bombers so much?
They're a good team.
North Launceston.
Why?
I reckon they're going to be the better side on the day.
They have worked hard, they've got a good bunch of guys in the team, so yeah, they deserve it.
The weather and footy gods collaborated pre-match, with blue skies and warm weather setting the scene for one of the most highly anticipated TSL Grand Finals in recent times.
Things are really good placed and well placed for a good contest, with both two Launceston-based teams participating, so hopefully it's a close game and a really high standard.
With around 5,000 in the stands just before the bounce, hopes of breaking the 7,500 attendance record faded, but for those in the crowd there was no shortage of passion. Anxiety thick in the air inside the change rooms before players broke through the banners, finally touching boot on Aurora turf. The intensity on the face is fierce as the national anthem resounded throughout the stadium, signalling minutes before showtime.
Well, the crowds have settled and the preparations are over. Now comes the moment everyone's been waiting for, the opening bounce. From this moment, it's game on.
And as we heard earlier, North Launceston is this season's premier in the Tasmanian State League after thrashing crosstown rival Western Storm by 59 points in this afternoon's Grand Final. Brent Costelloe has all the details from Aurora Stadium.
Georgia, most people didn't have North Launceston even making the finals this season, let alone playing off in the big dance. Now here they are, the kings of Tasmanian football, the 2014 Tasmanian State League premiers. It's been a fantastic afternoon here at Aurora Stadium. Here's how Grand Final day unfolded.
Side by side, united as one, players paused for the national anthem. The Storm chose to kick to the Invermay end, but in perfect conditions and with not a drop of wind, the result of the toss was irrelevant. And it showed straight away, the Bombers scoring the first goal of the Grand Final through Will McBride. Tensions boiled over early, Alex Russell hitting the deck for almost a minute. The Bombers booted the next two goals. In his return from suspension, Zach Burt kicked truly, veteran Alan O'Sine also bagging a major. It was almost time on before the Storm registered their first of the match, that coming courtesy of Zane Brown. Chris Tarrant setting up a second for Burt, the Bombers leading by 19 points at quarter time. O'Sine nabbed his second goal after the break, Storm captain Jay Blackberry responding quickly. But the Bombers kicked the next three. Skipper Mitch Vandenberg found range, Tarrant jagged his first following a strong mark. Brad Cox-Goodger also grabbing a slice of the action. The Bombers booting 5 goals to 3 in the second term to take a healthy 34-point lead into half-time. Tempers flared at the start of the third, Cody Thorpe dropping Daniel Roosendahl. Tarrant kicked his second goal of the match, the Storm's Zane Brown booting his third. Not everything was going right for North Launceston, but most things were. Lachlan Young was all class as their star recruit flew high. The Storm managed 3 goals for the quarter, but the Bombers held a 37-point lead at the last change. The last quarter was party time. Then they heard the sound they'd been waiting for 16 long years. North Launceston 2014 TSL Premiers.
I took the job on in 012 and it was hard work from word go, and we worked even harder this year and just kept ticking over, and full credit to this footy club and the playing list and the people off the ground as well who's put the list together. It's just, it's a full credit to them and just a great reward.
Mitch Vandenberg, you're a premiership captain, mate. How do you feel?
It just shows the hard work pays off, all the hard yards we put on for the last 10, 11 months, and it just pays off.
The Storm left to ponder what might have been.
It's really disappointing. However, You know, in our first year in the competition, I'm really proud of each and every player that's put on the jumper, and we've had an amazing season, and I just really can't wait for next year, and I know we're going to be bigger and stronger.
Former AFL star Chris Tarrant kicked a bag of goals for the Bombers in the first premiership win of his career.
It's just a reward and effort for such a great group of guys who really had a crack today, and especially over the last month. He's playing fantastic team football, and again today, so can't be prouder.
As you can see, the Bombers have certainly flown up in 2014 to become the best football team in Tasmania. Now, as you mentioned before, Daniel Rosendahl was judged best of field, winning the Darrell Baldock medal, and it capped off an enormous day for the big man. He also won the Alistair Lynch medal as the competition's best and fairest player, winning by 2 votes ahead of the Western Storm's Matt Hansen and Glenorchy's Jay Bowden.
I'd be happy to swap any individual medal for the glory of a premiership any day.
No doubt the entire team will be celebrating long and hard tonight, and even more over the next few days. Rest assured we'll have all the silly Sunday shenanigans covered in Win News tomorrow night. North Launceston was just too good today, the 2014 TSL Premiers. Back to you, Georgia.
Thanks, Brent.